Welcome to this week's session with Putnam County District Library and the Guiding Ohio Online Grant. This week we are going to take a look at another Google Chrome extension. This week we're going to take a look at the Clipboard History Pro extension. Now this extension, like it says, has what is a pro version. I'm just going to show you a couple very basic things with the actual extension that do not involve using the pro part of this extension. That way there's no cost involved if you just use some of the basic parts. So when you look at Clipboard History Pro, I'm going to scroll down here so you can see this is the actual website you can go to for the and find more information out. But if you look at Clipboard History, the free features, the clipboard tracking, the history, the favorite items, the history items editing, you have limited cross-extension syncing, which we're not going to take a look at, and backup, merge tags, and history export. We're just going to take a look at a couple of the pretty basic features with Clipboard History Pro. So what I've got here is on this tab, you notice I went to the Chrome Web Store, added this extension. Remember how if we go to the Google to Chrome Web Store, if I didn't have it installed, I'd have the word install here, where since I have it on my actual device, I have the option to remove it. Over here on the right hand side is where you'll see my extensions. Remember the puzzle-like looking piece is what controls my extensions. And notice I do have the Clipboard History Pro. I have that pinned. So if I were to click on that, it would take it away. I click on it here, it adds it back in. So I'm going to go here to an actual Google Doc that I have created. And the reason I'm doing that is because when I go up here to my Clipboard History Pro, I want you to see how I click here and I see these are things that I have added. You can see the time that I might have added these. I have a favorites option. Notice this has a star. So when I click on favorites, that is what shows up for my mypcdl.org library. That one is a favorite. Now the other features, the Cloud Pro, when I click on that, that is one of the Pro features that I'm not going to do anything with, as well as notice when I go out here, I can always add a favorite. I can always edit. So what I've got here is I have, if we look here at open a new Google Doc in one step. Notice here I'm on my Google Doc. If it's something that I am repeatedly typing, that I always want to use, I could click here. I notice what happens out here to the side. It says copied. So now what happens is if I go back here to my Google Doc and I hit paste, it's going to take in whatever I have typed. So if you have something that you are repeatedly typing, some phrase, some terminology maybe that you always need to maybe make sure is spelled correctly, whatever, you can put a whole bunch of lists in here and it's going to always add them back in. I have all of our reading challenges are run through Beanstalk. So if I go here, I go copied. Same thing is going to happen. I go back here to my screen, I hit paste. Notice that gets typed into my Google Doc. Go back here one more time and I want you to see how now I can always edit. So say I type something in here and I added it. I'm going to go here and I've got something that's misspelled. I can change the spelling. Say here I want to make sure that I edit my text and I want to make sure that I put a period at the end. I can save. So it's going to put that in. I can also delete it, and again, I can make it as a favorite. Another thing that you can do is you can go as show as QR. The QR code, if you remember a lot now, it seems to be very normal for us to go into a restaurant maybe, and they no longer have the a physical menu. You have to use a QR code. So if I do this, show as QR, what happens is this QR code then is made. So that's how that is being done. I'm going to click here, close this back up because I want to see it one more time here. If I click on to Cloud Pro, obviously that's a Pro feature. I can delete, of course, and then the Cloud Pro tab up here, of course, that is a paid feature. The other thing that I can do is I can do the page screenshot. That is not a feature that you have to pay for. So I can say, yes, I want to take a full page. I want to click on this and notice what happened down here in the corner. I now have a PNG file, meaning it's a picture of what was on my screen. So when I click on that, open it up, now I have a picture. That is the Clipboard History Pro and what it can do for you if you just have and use it as the free version. Next week, we're going to take a look at our last extension for the month, and that is Web Paint. I hope everyone has a very happy and great Thanksgiving.